coming to you live from the land of chlamydia-ridden koalas. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
G'day and welcome to the 88th episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast, broadcasting live on the 18th of the 8th, 2018. There's too many fucking 8s in that sentence, but how is everyone anyway? Good? 8? We're allowed to call 8s fat ladies now. Is that like frowned upon? Is that, we don't do that anymore?
No, I think that's frowned upon by all the PG guys, but too many fat ladies.
Man.
I've never heard an 8.
You never been to bingo, mate? You never been to bingo?
Have you ever been to
Oh
a
yeah,
bingo
every
night?
Saturday night I go to bingo, mate.
Just huge on the bingo over here in WA. It's fucking mad.
Wait. Can you do an example? So what would it be? It would be
88
like
is two fat ladies. 22, two little ducks.
The number is 11. Legs 11.
You've never heard this shit?
No,
Are you
because
kidding
I'm
me?
not fucking
Oh my
92
fucking
years
God.
old.
Neither are we.
And I don't go on boat cruises. Why the fuck would I know what that is?
Can I kick him from the call? Is that?
I mean,
that?
no, but only because it fucks up the screen capture.
All right. Yeah, cool.
All right, how are you, Nat? We'll start with you, and then we'll go to Sloth, and then we'll get to Bau in a minute, and we'll get to Fuzzy in a minute. But we'll go in the arc.
I haven't played much Destiny, which is a bit upsetting. But look, Dead Cells is something I have been playing this week, and to be honest, the only reason I saw it was because of all the controversy with IGN, and I was like, this game looks cool.
Oh my God.
And if you guys remember when Danny really got into Zelda, the place fell apart. Like I would come home and Danny would be slothing on the couch, like. I'd be like, hi, Danny. No answer. Just fucking playing.
Do you mean
Zelda.
slothing like lying on the lounge, or being like a middle-aged disgruntled man?
Yeah, a bit of both.
Bit of both, right?
They've got
Okay,
me.
fine.
And Dead Cells has done that for Danny too. Like she's really enjoying it. So we're having a lot of fun with that. So that's been me this week, and just usual stuff, videos, Bungie, all that kind of stuff.
All right, middle-aged disgruntled man. How are you? Punctual Sloth, as we're calling you today.
I'm fucking fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I like doing this. This is fun. But more importantly than any of us, Fuzzy, how are you? Welcome to our humble podcast.
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, man. Anytime. We got through our traditional insult the guest as soon as they arrive thing just before we went live.
I was called a troll.
Legitimately 10 seconds into the call.
Hey, what about
Yeah,
Mylan was
yeah.
like, hey, if you turn your head upside down, you look like a troll. I'm like, cool. I'm like, nice.
Feels good, man.
You
Take it.
guys
Feels
know
good.
what I'm talking about. You have those little toys in the US, right? The little troll
Oh yeah, I
dolls.
know exactly what you're talking. I have one
Yeah,
in
you
my
got
closet, probably. Fuck it.
They like go on your pencil and stuff. You know when you're a
Yeah,
kid.
you shove the pencil up their ass.
And then they cradle on. Yeah.
Can't believe no one thought that out. Let's shove this pencil up this poor little thing's ass and then give it to a kid. You know, he's a troll. Holy
now
shit.
that I think about it, that
Not
was
even
really
10 minutes in. We're not even 10 minutes in. We're already talking about sodomy. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not talking about sodomy. I'm talking about like shoving wood up a troll's ass. Oh, yeah, okay, sodomy. Fair enough. Anyway.
Are we fine?
Yeah, I think-
all right.
This just happens quicker.
Fuzzy.
We might as well not even
It
talk about
happens
Destiny
legit-
anymore.
Yeah, we might as well. It might as well just be go into the IRL directory and just like 3 Aussies assault an American. This is fine. Fuzzy, who are you? Firstly, welcome to the podcast. And who are you and what do you do, my dude?
I am Bau Fuzzy Wuzzy, BAU Fuzzy. You can call me Fuzzy. It does not matter. I stream on Twitch, do a little YouTube on the side, play a lot of Destiny. Some games on the side when Destiny's a little dry, but Destiny's my main game, my main love. That's
Your main squeeze. Good
my main
stuff.
squeeze, man.
And how long you been streaming on Twitch for, man?
2.5 years. Good
Nice.
time.
Good stuff.
And
good
what
time.
And when you're
what got you into it? What got you into streaming or content creation? When was it like, you know what? I feel like putting this out to the internet.
I'm a weird guy. I like to.
Wouldn't have guessed it.
You're among fucking friends
I'm a
here.
weird guy. I like making people laugh and I like entertaining people. So when I found out that I could do both of the things that I love, entertaining and playing video games, I was like, oh, this could work out. This could work out. First real stream I actually like got into was Jay Sniperton's. He was a big role model for me. Like I just basically kind of followed in his footsteps to like he taught me how to be the streamer I am today. And it's just it's just going on from there.
I think you, Log, Matt, and I are all very, very much in the same boat.
Yeah.
Where
We're all
Jay
house
has-
Snipperton.
We're all house. We've all been inspired. We've all been inspired by the mangy. What was it, mangy splinter or whatever it is that you call it?
Master Splinter.
Mangy Master Splinter. But no, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. And guys, if you're live in the Twitch chat, make sure you hit ! guest to bring up all of his links into the things. Go follow the man. He puts on a good stream.
I hear he's a dick, so it's fun.
Don't follow. Dangerous man.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think there's no time like the present. So, Log, if you want to hit the button and get us into the news, my friend, we shall cover what is in the T-Wabness, and then we'll get into some other things from there. Shall we? Let us.
Good job. Music.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this week on the T-Wab, known by all, the Gambit leveling. High-level goals for Gambit include fusing best aspects of PvE VP together, making mode accessible to all players of all skill levels, always having a role to play, communication not being required, and making it possible for players to come back if they fall behind. So basically, what's going to happen is that Matt, Log, and I are going to jump into a fire team. We're going to be doing Gambit carries, except Sassy is also going to be in the fire team, and Sassy is going to carry us. Gotcha.
Basically, yeah. That's the strat.
The new ranking system. This is strat, more or less. The new ranking system, Infamy, progression-based system. Completing matches earns points, rewards Gambit armor and weapons. Guardian, Brave, Heroic, Fabled, and Mythic ranks will have 3 tiers. Three tiers?
Yeah, so it's like a sub rank
Within
kind of
each
thing.
rank.
Yeah.
So a total of like 15 ranks.
Yeah, so it's just more frequent rewards.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
So is that? I wonder if that's separate. I wonder if that's separate from comp. Is that separate from from quick play from QP?
Yeah.
I know it's separate from comp because comp's completely different.
Yeah, no, it's its own thing. Infamy is its own thing. So there's Infamy, Glory, and Valor.
Okay.
It's its own thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
It's
All right.
I don't know. What do you guys think about it having like I get it because it's not really PvP and it's not really PvE. So it does sit in its own little sort of box. What do you think about having a different
I think it's going to be it's going to be very
system?
popular for people who love PvE with a little bit of PvP. I know that with the Solstice of Heroes, it is different. Yeah, it's something that we've not seen before in the Destiny universe. Solstice of Heroes, the PvP component of the armor sets were a little bit of a talking point, not a controversy per se, but a little bit of a talking point across many streams and many content creators and Twitter and all that sort of thing, that they weren't a fan of it. But I think if they go to PvE, it won't be as bad, if that makes sense, because it's still 4v4, but you're also versing enemies and all that sort of thing. It's controlled chaos, more or less. Controlled chaos, which seems to be.
I think that it really should sit on its own. There's not even another game mode like this in another game, really. Like it's its own thing. I'm glad it's got its own.
5.
Yeah, you've got
Warzone.
You got
it's
Warzone.
kind of the same.
But I don't think it's kind of like
true.
everyone's all on this big map together and you just fight and it's chaos. Where this is sort of like It's also almost like a race as well, right? Like it's got this race element. I think having its own rank is on the money, and I think that there's going to be people who have genuine pride in that rank because it's going to matter for something other than it's not just flexing on people in the Crucible. It's having a good team, I assume. The other thing that out of the stuff that we've read so far that kind of makes me go ooh, and I'm not sure how. It's possible for players to come back if they fall behind. I just hope that that's not too rubber bandy. Like if you get a really good roll on because you're playing really, really well and all of that sort of stuff, the other team needs to match that and be just as good to be able to turn it around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
there's no mercy.
as rubber bandy as you think. There's multiple things that can happen. Like you could put a block on the guy's thing, the other team's capture point. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you can go across to their team and actually kill them. So that's two things that can that can stop them and hold them up. And if you're doing everything on your team correctly, you can easily catch up if you do those two things just to stop them for like 5 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. I think
he's hoping.
I think the comebacks will be if you're using microphones and you've got like a coordinated team. Yeah. I think those kind of comebacks are really possible. Like, I'm pretty sure we even saw it maybe at Guardian Con or maybe one of the previous play tests where, you had a team that actually got their, what's the boss called that you bring out?
Primeval.
Death Heals Primeval.
They actually got the Primeval out first. But the other team was able to catch up and beat them because, they sent a blocker through, then they sent a really good PvP player through, which then wiped them, and then they got back in the race with their Primeval came out, and then they were able to do more DPS and put more shots on target, and also, beat them.
With if say our team has the Primeval out and he's like half health, if two of us or three of us die, the Primeval gets his health back. It goes back to full health.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's punishing. I knew that it healed it. I didn't realize it was that much.
I don't know. I think it's like you have 4 people on a team. It's like 25% each player. That's
wow. So if you do send through a good PvP player, that will drastically change.
That's gonna.
Oh man, I'm excited. I'm fucking so excited.
It's sort of risk versus reward, isn't it? Like if you've got strong PvEers, but you've got like a PvP dude that goes over there and goes and hunter jumps or Titan slams or shoulder charge, get off my. It's fine. It's risk versus reward. So do you want to focus on downing the Primeval as quickly as possible, or do you want to block the other team for as long as you want? So I'm picking up where you're putting down where the comebacks can happen. And I don't think you even need communication for that. Like you can just teabag next to the transfer point between your lane and their lane and just go, I'm going through, I'm going to fuck this shit up and make sure they cannot kill their Primeval while you guys just keep rolling through. Sure. So it's not a bad idea, like with the rubber banding thing. It was the point I was going to make as well, is that there doesn't seem to be any sort of mercy rule there either. So
yeah, I think you're in the race until the end, I think.
Yeah, I don't think there is a it's for very it seems to be for very competitive people, but for people who like being competitive in PvE as well as PvP.
Dude, I feel like this is just so. I don't know.
It's going to be good.
And I hope a lot of people in my boat where at heart, I'm a very competitive person, but PvP and Destiny it just never clicked with me. But I really like raids and I really like the cooperative work of raids. And so this is just it just scratches that itch of competitive play as well as teamwork. And I can imagine this is something that I will, I didn't do any competitive in PvP in Destiny 2. I don't care about that rank whatsoever. I don't even care about the Crucible rank. I don't care. But I think the Gambit rank, I can see myself hanging out in your stream, Sloth and Log, and playing Gambit and chatting with people and can I please come to your stream?
You're welcome?
Please let me.
Fuck said you're welcome, Matthew.
Okay, and this is the only other thing I want to say, right? Did you guys see the Doom? Is it Eternal? The trailer,
Yes,
the Gamescom
yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Did you see how they've got? You could do like invasions as demons in it.
Yeah.
It
Well,
looks,
yeah.
it looks kind of similar, just a little.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
fucking hope. I hope that, right. So we've got this rank, right, for this PvE, PvP, whatever, right? I hope that one day in the very future, I just really want people like as a fusion of PvP and PvE to be able to like spawn in as Fallen or spawn in as like
Spawn in as
Thrall.
Primeval.
Yeah, spawn in. Do you know what? This is what do you know what my brother said? And I thought it was a fucking cool idea. He's like, I've always hoped that like you had like every now and then there was like a bounty, right? A bit like the Bungie bounties, and like you would play as a Primeval, just walking around in patrol zones, and like you could just like
that
you could
would
just-
be cool if you could cash in. If you could cash in like Gambit points or something like that, and just be like, invade a patrol zone.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
oh my god!
and like you had all the abilities of like Prime. You could put like I don't know, like a high ball shield, a boomer gun, and like you just take
That's
it on
fucking.
like
That's a
eight-
great idea.
It
The
was
most,
a-
the
it was
most
like a
surprising
game type
aspect of
that
that
in
is that
Gears
your
of
brother
War.
came up with it. Good job, Chris.
Good job, Chris.
Chris.
So a little bit of a point as well as that Shadow Gauntlet in the chat. I'm just concerned about people quitting because the whole team gets whipped and they give up because they're so far behind. That is a point.
Yeah.
Now I wonder if if they're going to institute some sort of leaving penalty. Now I can't remember if they instituted some sort of leaving penalty in comp or trials.
They do have one.
Yeah, competitive there is.
They do have one in
In
comp.
trials,
Okay.
you just lose it. You get a loss on your card. That's it.
All right. So I mean, if they've got some sort of I
feel like
anti-leaving situation
Well, it's gonna there's
can't see
still
people joining
streaks.
the game either.
There's
so.
still streaks. There's still like win streaks and all that sort of stuff. I think it'll be. I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be the sort of thing that if you don't put up much of a fight, it'll be over pretty quick anyway. Like, because there's all those moments
I
where
can see a
basically
game
your
that
progress
lasts more than
dictates
6
what
months.
enemies are on the other side. So, like, I think if they're not putting up a fight and they're really getting rolled, they're really going to get rolled. But time will tell. The thing that I'm most interested about all of this is where does like, and I'm going to say the dirtiest words in the Destiny vernacular right now. Where does skill-based matchmaking sit with this? Like, if you were a fucking gun, where does it sit? Is it going to be factored in the fact that you've stomped on everyone? Are you going to get harder people? I don't know. Like, people who are
Like
rolling it,
connection-based
lobbing up for
matching would be
the
better for this.
yeah. Well, there's that aspect to it too. But I don't know. I mean, it's going to have to be balanced somehow. I don't know.
Well,
Somehow.
hang on. What's the competitive rank? What's the competitive points called?
Infame.
Valor
Infamy.
or
Oh no, hang on.
No.
I believe that's
The-
Goy.
Glory.
Glory.
Glory. Okay.
Glory hole.
I wonder if you're gonna go up and down in points similar to competitive.
Yeah,
It'll be more lenient, in my opinion.
Well, I imagine if
It's
they've
more of
given
a
it
casual-
infamy, wouldn't it be based on that?
Yeah,
Like,
I
they've
don't know.
given it its
I
whole
don't know.
system for leveling.
Not sure.
Yeah.
We'll
Anyway,
have to wait and see.
so the infamy ranks will function similar to Valor ranks, and the infamy will also be earned via Gambit bounties, daily bounties, and their special weekly bounty at level 50. It looks good. It's definitely a nice change, and we've said it before, and the chat is saying it, and a lot of people are saying it on Twitter. It's a really good shake-up to the PvP
Yeah, I like
and a somewhat competitive PvE that is not just like raid races or soloing the fucking heroic
stuff. Yeah.
no the heroic whisper quest Slayerage, you crazy man, you know, like that's
Dude.
that sort of thing. Like it's actually in game, and it doesn't. I'm not trying to draw those achievements. I'm not trying to bring them down because those achievements are freaking fantastic. But it's actually part of the game. It's not something that the community has come up with to challenge themselves. And it's definitely Do you remember like way back in the day when Destiny 2 was in its release and they were going to do a esports type situation?
Yeah.
No.
Gambit could be that
repressed
situation.
I've repressed that from memory.
I have I did repress for most of it, but
I don't see Gambit going into esports. I don't see it.
I mean,
let's
it definitely
not
has.
debate it. Let's not, because it's so far down the line, and I know what we'll do, and we'll be like, we've been talking about Gambit for fucking 45 minutes.
Look, this is the only thing I will say about also Gambit. I just really hope that those rewards are unique and they're like they've got this Gambit flavor. I don't know what that flavor looks like, but I hope it really reflects that kind of.
Didn't he have a medallion on with like a jade dragon that was very sort of ancient China?
Yeah, it's like the Gambit
Yeah.
logo or whatever it is.
Yeah, like it's like it looks like a jade dragon, like a rectangular.
Yeah,
Maybe that has something to do with it.
Well, you can see
maybe
you can see some of the armor on one of the pictures. I don't know if it's it appears to be Gambit stuff because it's sort of smack bang in the Gambit paragraph, and it's like it's more like leather. Yeah, like that leather with sort of Asian influences, and then a little bit of like Fallen mixed into it. But I think that's probably Forsaken sort of coming through because obviously each season it's gonna probably change.
I wonder if they're going to do a base armor set, like a base armor set, and then a seasonal
ornaments.
set, i.e.
Probably.
I would expect that. I would expect that we're going to see something with that in the same order that we're going to see out of like any other activity that's constant. I mean, it's constantly around. They're going to have solid rewards attached to it. So, I mean, not everyone's going to be like, this is my favorite thing ever. But if they don't have a Warlock trench coat that's unshakably brown and it comes with like a dorky headband and you can throw fucking pink playing cards at people, I'm quitting the game forever. And if it doesn't give your ghost a fucking Cajun accent, done. Matt's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Mon ami.
Did you see did you see the Drifter's like subtitle is Rogue Lightbearer?
Yeah.
It's
very mysterious. Interesting.
What does that mean, man? Rogue Lightbearer. Like,
is that like
a guardian but not a guardian? I don't know.
A guardian who has gone astray, a guardian who has
just
been
like touched it.
Go on, say it again, Fuzzy. Say it again.
Maybe he walked up to the shard that's on Earth and like touched it and got some light, but he's not a physical guardian though.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
But
Actually,
he tried to get the light.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Well, he's not pictured with the ghost, and I think they said something about that as well, and I believe there is some spoilers on Reddit. So if you don't want those, I haven't seen them, but I think there are some spoilers on Reddit about the Rogue Lightbearer.
You look at your Better Glories tournament. So just for reference, guys watching on YouTube, Ben Glory, who is our Terra Britannia clan leader, will Titan armor still look like the Reef can open a Swiss Army knife ordeal?
Probably, yes. Yes.
Probably.
Or a 747 helmet.
Titan. Oh, Christ. All right, so let's keep going into the news, guys. So we've got some magnificent Crucible ranks. Glory rank points gained and lost have been retuned. Weekly award has been fixed. Gains have been doubled. Season 3 players will earn bonus rank points for the first match completion in Season 4. Does not require completion of any previous weekly milestones. Competitive playlist losses no longer reset Valor win streak. Radar is back for competitive playlist. Ooh,
thank God.
I don't know about that.
Thank God.
Control and clash modes have been added to the comp playlist. Removed loss streaks. Okay. Pinnacle Crucible rewards are now awarded via quests. Some quests will require engagement with Valor and Glory ranks. Quests will not go away at the end of the season. Redrix's Claymore is being removed at the end of Season 3. Oh my God. Shax will offer a new quest to earn Redrix's Broadsword. Players who earn Redrix's Claymore in Season 3 will receive additional bonuses, an exclusive emblem when redeeming a Triumph, and Claymore owners will see broadsword drop from Crucible engrams without having to complete the quest. Fair.
So at this
Very, very
point, everyone who had a Redrix got on Twitter and screamed at fucking Kevin Yanis about like, fuck! Like, without, because it doesn't read very good in that, like, if you've gone to the effort of getting the Redrix, everyone else is going to be able to get the broadsword easily or whatever. That was the conception of it. It's going to have random rolls, but be basically the same gun, so it's going to probably be better. But since that, they've come out today and they've released the details on what the quest for that gun actually involves. And it is fucking big. And I mean, like...
Yeah, it's a huge quest.
Probably bigger than the mountaintop from D1, if anyone remembers that. I did that. It fucking took a long time, but it was... I think this is like... I mean, the last step is reset 5 times. Like, reset your entire rank progress 5 times. Like, finish it. It's huge. So it's going to take a whole...
To get broadsword.
Yeah.
But okay, so to play, I think it's always good to play devil's advocate, and I think, I didn't even step into competitive at all.
Yeah,
I didn't get Redrix, and I think this comes down to an issue of hyping up Redrix so much, saying no one's gonna there's gonna be so many people that don't get it, and they're correct. Like only 8,000 people got it, and I think. Out of the player base, like you're talking like 0.01% or 0.001% or something like that, right? Out of the people who got it. So like, great, it's a reward. I think from what I hear, Redrix didn't really perform as high as it should have for how difficult it was to get. So I think that caused an issue in itself because now you've got something that's going to easily match it or, go further than it. So it doesn't really feel that special. And it didn't really look that special either. So I think part of it comes back to like, if you're going to make people grind for something that's fucking hard to get, like just make it look dope. And, you obviously got to balance the power of it, but it should be competing with your exotics, right? Like Redrix should be competing with your Vigilance Wings. It should be on that path, right?
But if you're good enough, if you actually legitimately earned your Redrixes, not being carried, but you actually got out, like the dude who got it the first time, like the first dude who got it, he played until his fingers bled. Got it, good. But he is good enough to make that weapon as good as it can be. The very standard players, so your log power slaves, your real-time slots, your Myling games, your Bau Fuzzy Wuzzies, we can't get the weapon to work as well as... we can't get the weapon to work as intended, I guess you could say. So... yeah, they could change it to make it more powerful, but I think the Claymore, if you can play to that play style, it's a very, very good weapon.
Now I'm going to make
if you sort of pick it down.
I'm going to make one comment, and we're not getting into debating it. I'm just going to make it, and then we're going to move on. The length of this quest completely puts a stop to people being fucking account recovery to Redrix. It's over.
Thank you. All right.
Done.
That's
Move
it.
on. It's so long.
Fuzzy had some other comments, I feel like.
Yeah, go.
You mentioned radar and stuff, Fuzzy.
Oh, for comp radar, thank God. I played some comp. I hate this game. This game is not designed to have no radar.
Yeah.
The sound.
Is that because of the sound cues? Is that your issue?
Sound cues are awful. You need radar.
Yeah. I mean, I think radar is not radar from MASH. Radar is not like you're right. The sound cues aren't great. They're not great, but I think the no radar thing is very much like the competitive PvP community have really taken radar, no radar as it is part of comp. It is part of comp. It's like you're not looking at the top left of your screen to know where people are. You're listening. You like they make it work, if that makes sense.
It's true.
So I can see why some people are upset. I can see why some people are really happy for it to come back. Personally, I like it to come back. I like radar. I use radar a lot. I get killed because I'm looking at the fucking radar a lot. That's just a good explanation of a good explanation of my PvP. But it's a valid point from Ets. No radar disincentives. It disincentivizes aggressive play, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, and it's one of those things.
That's the type of player I am, though. I'm a hold forward. I run into.
Yeah, I'm very much the same. And the best success I ever had, even in D1 trials, was like, remember the fucking Halloween week where the spider jumped up or whatever? And there was no radar. That was my week. I was in there and I was competing with everyone because I run in like an idiot all the time. So you know that maybe that's not the play style they're looking to reward. I don't have any opinion neither here nor there. But I mean, if it makes Fuzzy happy, then I'm happy. He's happy. There we go.
Fuzzy, were you going to add something about Redrix or as well?
I don't remember anymore. Okay.
Well, I'm well aware that we're a bit hard to get a word in every now and then. So
yeah, sometimes we're a bit hard to get a word in. Yeah, just do it. We talk over each other anyway, so just do it.
Yeah, we're rude. We're all rude people. Just be rude. Just sing to our level and it'll be fine.
All right, so, and a few quality of life changes from the social side, ladies and gentlemen. Fire teams that are formed in Strikes, Gambit, and Crucible will stay together once the activity is complete. It does not apply to the competitive playlist or Mercy wildly disproportional scored games, i.e. your Mercies or blah, 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 blah. Active reconnections. If you are one of the 0.02% of Destiny players who play guided games, you will be available to reconnect to the activity if that activity is still active. The slot is reserved for up to 3 minutes. After this, the guides will be able to backfill with seekers currently in queue. Raid checkpoints in guided games can be used in normal versions outside of guided games. Now, the clans update. Hawthorne will have 3 daily bounties in Forsaken, so she's not just here, take the engrams, take the engrams, take the engrams. She'll actually have bounties. After level 50, Hawthorne will have 3 additional weekly bounties. Requires teaming up with clan mates to promote clan play. So you're not just there, you're not just repping the clan name. You have to be active to get that. So if you would like to grind for that, there it is. New clan perks. The descriptions can be seen on the TWUB. Going out with a bang at Crucible Labs. Now, it's been a long time since we...
Slow up. Pull up. Jesus.
Do you want to unpack...
All
right, sorry.
I want to unpack guided games a little bit. Like, it's interesting. Like, it's obviously not on the top of the to-do list, I guess, with Forsaken. Like, there's no major changes basically coming with guided games, which is interesting because it's basically been, a system they really were hoping was going to help people find other helpful people and sort of tap into the sort of kindness of the Destiny community, which has always been like, what Destiny's been known for. And I think it really is at the top of the directory when you think about the kind of community that we do have, the things we can do. And it's not that it's not different from other games. There's still toxicity in there, but I guess guided games was hoping to really tap into all the really kind people, right? All the good guys and like the Sherpas of the like Destiny world to make it work. And it really has failed. And it's interesting that there's no sort of plans to I don't know, but I don't know what the solution is either. Like, is this one of the things where it's like, you know what, it's best just to leave it to the community? Is this a thing that's like, we just leave that to the community to deal with?
Yeah, I could see what they were going for. Like, obviously, if you have raid Sherpas or, end game activity Sherpas, instead of going to Twitch or to the 100.io or Destiny LFG, you could do that in-game. And they wanted to do an LFG in-game. And it was a great idea. God, it was a great idea. But the incentives for guided games...
Yeah, they don't exist.
If I remember correctly...
Yeah,
they don't exist. And if I remember correctly, when the game was first released, guided games was pretty subpar because you had to invite the person into your clan to get the guided game. It was really not
Yeah, it was-
like
it
it
was
had
convoluted
the
at launch.
intention.
At
Yeah, the
launch,
good intentions were there.
you
But
could
I-
run a guided game. Say you ran a guided games for Nightfall, you would have to have
Yeah.
2 people, so 3 max. 2 people have to be in
Yep.
the same clan. Then you seek for somebody else. I didn't like that. If you wanted to be a seeker and like a helper, quote unquote, I wish you could load up by yourself. You wouldn't have to have a clanmate with you.
But do you have to
I
do
feel
that
like it'd be
now?
better.
I think
You
they
do.
relaxed it.
Yes,
You're still
no,
going
you
to be in the
still
same
have
clan.
clanmates with you. You have to be in the same clan, but if you're guiding, you have to be in the same clan. If you want to find help, you don't have to be in the same clan. But you have to have, for a raid, you have to have 4 clanmates to find 2 other people.
Yeah.
Man, I think, like,
See,
honestly,
if
just talking about this, it does make me sad in a way, because I can cast my mind back a year and say that this is one of the things that we, when we were looking forward at it, we're all genuinely excited about, because we were like, yeah, this is going to be great. People are going to be able, it's going to get those people who are on the fringes through the raids and all that sort of stuff. And it hasn't alleviated that problem at all. It's still a problem that's out there, and there's still people, like now going we're about to move into year 2 going, I haven't run Leviathan yet. So they're getting blasted through it if they seek that out. But I think that the thing with guided games that they fell shortest on was giving people credit for doing it, right? Like that should be nearly the pinnacle activity, right? I know that the raid is the pinnacle activity. Well, helping someone that you don't know through, who has no experience, makes it harder again. So it has to be a little bit above the pinnacle activity. I honestly thought that if they offered, like, maybe it's not in-game gear, maybe it's emblems that are fucking cool, or, like anything cosmetic, like a tracker for how many things you've cleared, or, even raid fucking like tokens, heaps more of them or something. It needed to be like way out of whack with everything else to get people off their ass to go and do it. Because otherwise, why do you bother? And that's where it is now. It's in the why the fuck would I bother
When
bin.
guided games first came out, you got an emblem. That's all you got, was just one single emblem for helping one time. That if you do it twice, you don't get another one. You don't get a tracker on that emblem. No, nothing. When Warmind came out, another emblem came out that tracked how many encounters you do in guided games. That's the only things that have been released for guided games.
This is the thing right here, is that the good intentions were there. Yeah, everyone, anyone who has half a brain about them can see what they were doing as good intentions. They were trying to keep that Destiny community closeness, to that synergy. That closeness and all that sort of thing, trying to use the friendliness and all that sort of thing in Destiny community. But because it was so poorly implemented, a lot of people didn't want to do it. And then there is, like, you're also trying to take the place of well ingrained LFG sites like Destiny LFG, the 100.io, people who go to
even
Twitch streamers
itself,
like
man.
Bungie.net, and then you go to people who watch their favorite Destiny PvP Twitch streamers, your Bau Fuzzy Wuzzys, your Syntax Sevens, your Jay Snipertons, your James Works, like all those guys that do raid help. Sometimes maybe less than others, but still do it. They like to go there and do it with those people instead of people that they don't exactly know. It's a lot of people, and this sort of ties into a very human-esque, like it's the human condition, is that sometimes we just want to hide behind a computer with the mic off and just do.
Just play.
They don't want to talk to people. They want to get the shit done, but they don't want to talk to people, or they don't feel comfortable. Like it's a mental health thing as well. A lot of people don't feel comfortable using a mic or anything like that. And LFG sites and all that sort of thing is like, if you don't use a mic, you're out. Fuck off. Like we've all had like all that sort of thing with LFG.
Well,
unfortunately,
I can definitely like sympathize with that, because lately when I've been and I have lots of opportunities to get people together, whether it's with you guys or whether it's into the TA clan or whether it's streamers, like I have heaps of opportunities to get people together to help me do content, and I know people don't have that, but sometimes I'm just like, I just can't be. I would love to be able to turn Destiny on and there'd be some system that will put me with random people, and we could at least attempt end game content.
Well,
you know, and
there was
I don't know if I'm not saying to have matchmaking for it, but I'm just saying like sometimes I don't feel like fucking sending out a Discord invite, sending Twitter messages to everyone, getting sassy. Who do you know? Like I don't feel like doing that. I just want to turn it on and play it, you know?
Yeah.
And I want to play end game content as well.
A point here from Danny Blazer in the chat is that why not a social space? A social space. Let's look at the start of the Solstice of Heroes when you get teleported into this social area that is just so well designed. It's very beautiful. Ikora is standing there ready to start the social, the Solstice of Heroes stuff. Why not have? It's a gathering hub.
Just a fucking
gathering
farm.
hub from Monster.
Just a fucking farm.
Well, or use the farm,
already
or
there.
use the farm. Like, okay, like it's there's that as well. Like, there's so many unused spaces. Then why can't we just go? Okay, if you want to do a raid or a nightfall, if you want to do a raid, go to that terminal. Just hang around there. People will send a message. Or if you want to go to that a nightfall, go to that. Or if you want to do something.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice if you could do something while you're waiting to be match made? Like, wouldn't it be nice if it just dumped everyone in the EDZ and you could just farm public events while you wait?
I was thinking like playing Pong during a loading screen.
Destiny Pong. Read lore.
I won't tell you what I was thinking.
You know, like there's a lot of things that they could implement from a consumer side, from a player side. There's a lot of things that I feel that they could implement, but from a developer side, we don't know how that's going to work or anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, we can sit here and speculate on it, but it would be great if they could try to implement or try to make guided games a little better for all.
Yeah.
Better for seekers, better for guiders.
Good.
What they're doing now
More
is
better
actually really good. Like how now, since if you lag out, you can join back in. I've heard horror stories of, remember when Callus used to glitch out all the time, and half your team will be invisible, half the team's not. Callus isn't even there. It's just a flat platform. I've heard horror stories that happening in Gaia games, and someone has to leave to, get the shit to spawn sometimes. And if you leave in a Gaia games, you can't go back. You can't join back.
Yeah,
it's impossible.
Brutal. Yeah.
And I've heard also horror stories of just like 4 or 5 Americans, load up into Gaia games, and then they get a guy that speaks only Spanish or
that speaks only English.
Oh, well.
Well, I mean, look,
he's Australian. He's
valid
going,
point, though. Valid point. Like you should be in the operative word. Again, I'm not a dev. We're not devs. So this is just an idea, but it should localize with fire teams.
I think it does
the language
now, right?
that you are playing Destiny.
I haven't tried it in the past couple months.
Yeah.
I
So I mean, if you could change it to,
there was a release about them changing that.
Yeah. So I'm not too sure, but yeah, we should try it.
But that's the thing, because no one uses it. We'd be literally sitting in there for fucking hours to try and find someone.
No,
there's no critical mass.
If you're hosting the game and you're trying to find someone to help, you'll find a game immediately. If you're by yourself searching for helpers, you'll be there for 60 minutes, 70 minutes, like 30 minutes for a nightfall.
Oh, okay.
Bloody hell.
The wait, and when it pops up when you find a team, you have literally 30 seconds to accept it. And I've missed opportunities because I've been bored one day. I find guided games, but
all right, let's go into.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's something they can figure out how to bring it back, because I think it does have potential. But at the same time, I'm glad they're not focusing on it at the moment, because it's a huge job, quite clearly. Anyway, moving on to literally the best part of the fucking 12 this week. I can't wait to hear Sloth's reaction to this, because I know he hasn't read it.
Going out with a bang. We've got the Crucible Labs. Now, the Crucible Labs, everyone was kind of semi-excited for it when that first was poked its reared its ugly head in the game. They've actually introduced something that we haven't seen before. Crucible Labs mode, Scorched. Players spawn with a Scorch cannon and shoot each other with these. Simple. Tuesday,
Sounds fun.
the 21st of August at 10 a.m. PT, free for all. And then Friday, the 24th of August, 10 a.m. PT, 6v6.
I'm excited.
It sounds
Simple.
like mayhem.
It's what was the Halo 3 mode?
Rocket.
What was the Halo 3 mode when it was hammers and swords only?
Oh, that's what it was called. Just like hammers and swords. Are you
Yeah,
talking about
swords.
Griffball?
Halo
like-
swords. Oh, Griffball, you mean?
Yeah, was that Griffball?
Yeah, and then there's like Griffball and stuff. It's just like using something that is out in the world, in the greater universe, and just be like, there's a Scorch cannon. Go and shoot your mates. That's it. Like how it's so simple, but it sounds so good.
It does sound good.
I reckon they
you know,
do
like
stuff like that. They should do a laser tag one, and like you get a they just make like basically the trace rifle, but just that can only be accessed in Crucible Labs or in that mode, and it's just like when laser tag was broken. And just like, laser tag.
Fucking laser
But
tag.
the only issue with that is that they have to have an individual sandbox built around that mode so they can adjust the weapon values and all that sort of thing.
Couldn't you just add a weapon that
You
had
can only
that,
access in that mode.
and you would only spawn with it? Like you would only spawn with it in that
But,
mode.
yeah. But what I'm saying is that from my very, very basic coding level is that they'd have to create their own individual sandbox around that mode so they can adjust the weapon values, even if it is a weapon that only exists in that mode. If it's a class,
They would
as
have to add it. They would have to add it to the
trace
sandbox
rifle.
in general.
they'd have to add it to the sandbox, and then they'd have to add it to the individual sandbox of that mode. That's my very, very basic coding. Feel free to please correct me for people who understand game development a little bit more in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube or on Twitter. Add us on Twitter.
No, add him on Twitter because I am the
much-
only one here who reads the YouTube comments, and I will not be forwarding coding advice on the spot.
Motherfucker, I read the YouTube comments every week.
Can
Good job.
we have a brainstorm? What else would you guys like to see?
You know
in
what
the
I want to
same
see?
vein
I
as
already
Scorch
thought about
games?
this. I already thought about Log's harebrained fucking schemes for Crucible Labs. I want everyone spawning in a vehicle, the same vehicle, and we need an open map where it's just like a fucking demolition
Like
derby.
Scorch
of
or
nonsense.
Interceptors. Interceptors.
Yeah, interceptors on
Or
Sky
plaques
Shop
or something,
Yeah,
anything.
that would be cool. Yeah,
Cool.
Just
Yeah.
demo derby.
Or the tanks the tanks that they bring in on Earth when you're busting through to go take out old mate's ship.
yeah.
SRL, SRL's a
Come
big one.
Give
SRL,
me
come
SRL.
back, please.
I was
Please.
so sad. I cried for like 7 hours because I didn't see SRL when the solstice event came around. I was so
It's
sad.
Christmas time. It's Christmas time.
Nah,
Hey,
SRL is
year-round.
always Christmas time. It's going to come back at
I
Christmas.
need it.
What about
I need it.
the rift ball, right?
Yeah.
What if it was just dodgeball, right? Because there's a lore card about dodgeball, and like no one had weapons. You just fucking ran around. You had to pick up balls, and you just had the rift animation. You had to fucking ping them at them.
Oh
Like
my
a
just
God.
play dodge
fucking
with it.
rift snowball fight.
So like, yeah. So you've got your rift ball, and it's like you. And just- that is
dodgeball.
awesome.
if you
I
can
like
dodge
that.
a
I
wrench,
like that.
you can.
And
dodgeball.
And
Oh
just
my
to add it
God.
on, maybe put swords in there so you can hit them back. Just
Yo,
deflect
you'd
the
like-
dodgeball.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be fucking cool, dude.
That would be really cool.
Hire
You got-
Bungie. Hire this man. I'll wait.
Oh wait.
But that would be really cool. What other weapons would they be able to do? Like the vehicles only mode on a massive map like Skyshock would be like, if you remember Skyshock from D1, it was huge. Like, and vehicles only, that would be aces. But would you do like a specific weapons only mode? So like shotguns only.
I was
or
thinking like, what
snipers
about
only,
what about 007 or something like that? You know, like sidearms. Like
Oh,
or 007.
Yeah, you're talking GoldenEye.
007.
You're talking GoldenEye, like fucking
Yeah,
the
like-
man,
like-
the man with the golden
Golden
gun, and
gun,
all that
yeah.
sort of.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've already got
Oh,
golden
Slaps
guns.
only.
I have
Oh,
to call it something else, but
so, What about like a like legitimately just a melee only mode?
There you go.
I'm a Titan. I've been waiting for that for D1.
Like
bring it.
It's same,
I was always a big fan
melee
of
only
Fiesta
mode.
game mode in Halo.
Shoulder charge
Fiesta.
only
It was just
mode.
random weapons. You would spawn
Fiesta.
with 2 random weapons.
Ooh,
each
yeah,
time.
yeah.
That was Fiesta game mode in Halo.
Yeah,
It
that was
always
good.
so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea
still
of
like
someone
that.
put like a gun game. Like I like the idea of like you get X kills with the gun, then you get like a shotgun. You got to get X kills with shotgun.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it
Yeah,
goes
gun game from like
half on
Black
you, yeah.
Ops. or Call of
Again,
Duty.
the only issue with that is I think the weapons are account based. So if they start giving people weapons that like excluding the
that'll be
Scorch
hard
cannon,
work.
but start giving people weapons to start off with, it might start feeling a little bit more like more Call of Duty than anything. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm very anti Call of Duty these days. I don't know why. I don't want it, but I don't want to see it. But yeah. But anyway. So
Yeah, I think that's the biggest infrastructure change that would need to be made, because you look at like this, it's a Scorch cannon. They're just out in the world and everyone can pick them up. So they're just spawning in within the state of having it. I wonder if you can drop them. Like, is that a thing? Obviously not. So,
I don't know.
I mean, if you spawn, drop
I
it,
don't
pull
know.
out a sniper rifle, I imagine that you're going to be fucking mopping people up who would just...
Well, do you know?
I
Do you know what's going to happen?
reckon
Because you can hold the button down the Scorch cannon, but I imagine. Do you reckon it's going to be one shot?
I feel like it would be one shot. I feel like
I
it would
hope
be,
that-
unless you're running like a full armor build, like
It's
a
like a
fully
fucking rocket.
full resilience
It's not
build,
one
it's
shot, it'll
it's
be
going to
disappointing.
be it's going to, I think it's going to be one shot.
I don't know, man.
I think it'll be
because
two.
maybe they'll
reckon it'll be
force
two.
you to charge it and hold it down, and then it'll be one shot. Like if you stick them,
I know,
If
it's not
you
thinking
stick 'em-
exactly what I'm thinking. Go.
Valkyrie fights, fucking Valkyrie fights,
That wasn't what I was
So,
thinking
like
at
with
all.
with the spear, with the spear. Oh, that would
That's
be
not what I was thinking at
awesome.
all.
that's almost like
Oh,
a
sorry,
super so powerful.
I reckon
What were
we
you
need to coin the DDU strategy of throwing a mate under the bus. So for this game mode, I'm going to shoot one of you in the back with the thing, and then you've got to run around the corner while I charge it up and then explode. And you'll probably be fine because there's no team damage, but whoever you're near will be like, "Give me a hug." Ah!
That's just like
Dude,
the
I wonder
Telesto.
if you could do that.
Yeah, all right.
I
Why
reckon you
not?
probably
You could do that
could.
with the Telesto. You could shoot your teammate and then he
Mhm.
runs in and it fucking
Yeah.
explodes when an enemy gets
Well,
near.
do you know what I've just thought? Like now, what people are going to do, right, is you can pretty much use them like almost like remote mines, because you could stick them to doorways and shit.
Yeah, stick
if
it
you
to
know
a
they're gonna
wall
come
and
through,
hold it, and
just-
then when you see
just
him walk
hold
by, just explode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean,
Alright.
I can see someone getting stuck and then running back to their team, and then you letting go, and it just goes. They all just like just disintegrate their whole team. That'd be so cool.
All right.
All right, let's actually
All
move
right,
on.
ladies and gentlemen, if you have any sort of not less for people in the live chat, but more for people listening on Podbean and YouTube, if you have any sort of thoughts on what you would like to see, not something that would necessarily be implemented, but what would you like to see as a Crucible Labs mode of a Scorch type situation as a yes, we know you want SRL Fuzzy. No, but it's like a Crucible Labs mode of just a random weapon or something you find out in the world. What would you like to fight with in the Crucible that you cannot fight with at the moment? So i.e. Scorch Cannon or like something like that. Please let us know in the comments below on YouTube. Or add us on Twitter at DDU_podcast, at Bau Fuzzy Wuzzy, at Mulling Games, at Log Power Slave, or the other fella. So,
He's
ladies and gentlemen,
Look
we've
at
got
him.
a few. We've
Is he
got a
reading?
few things coming up in regards to the hotfix and whatnot. So, 1.2.3.2 recap. Players should run a scan and repair from the Blizzard launcher if seeing odd behavior in the character screen.
Have you
That-
have you seen
This
some
shit's
of
so
the
I haven't
hilarious,
seen.
dude. Oh my!
I haven't
God,
seen it.
it's Great.
What is it?
Hidden change. Like you,
So I saw, I think it was a hunter with like Titan arms and shit on. And it was just like skinny hunter and these massive shoulder pads. It was so fucking funny.
Did someone please tell me someone said don't skip leg day? Like that's good. That's got to be a fucking meme, right?
And then I saw like a meditation like mission in a weapon slot. It was just sitting in the weapon slot. It was like a calling meditation in the fucking weapon slot.
A jade rabbit in the ghost slot. Oh my lord.
Jade rabbit ornament was in the ghost slot, and I guess Sparrow was in, I think,
Primary.
the ship slot with 0 speed. It's some shit.
Just imagine if it showed up on the transfer between planets. A dude riding a sparrow, he's just like, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to hyperspace.
Even better if it's the fucking, if it was the chopper, whatever it's called, just there, just fucking, everyone else is in their space.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm rolling, motherfuckers.
And then you just see, like, as they enter orbit, they just burn up. Where'd they go? He burned up in orbit.
Oh, shit. We need another. Someone get Jono on the phone. We need another one. Make sure he brings his fucking ship. No, we've got the Resplendent Masterworks. Players can complete objectives to masterwork their legendary Solstice armor after Solstice of Heroes ends on August 28th. Players must have already upgraded to the legendary Solstice armor to do this, as the Statue of Heroes will no longer be available to upgrade any of the sets. The Valor ranks reset at the end of Season 3 if players do not unlock achieving Legend Masterwork objective before the end of Season 3. Their Valor rank will be reset, and the Legend rank will need to be obtained again in Season 4.
Okay, so the Masterwork stuff I'm really happy with. So basically, just as long as you get your Solstice Guild Legendary, like, you know, from green, blue, and once you're in Legendary, you can upgrade it to Masterworks after the 28th, which is awesome. Good, because it's actually not too time consuming to get it to Legendary, to be honest.
Still don't want to do it.
Three characters.
Yeah, me either. I've fallen off the wagon hard. So I think
one character is not very much. Maybe doing it three characters and multiple consoles.
If you take your time on your first character, it's like a 14-hour investment. It's
to get to Legendary.
Oh, to get to I'm thinking Masterwork too. Sorry.
Yeah.
Legendary. Okay, a little bit less. 8 hours.
Still, I mean, that's a lot of time that I'd rather be playing Dead Cells or Witcher 3 or watching paint dry. Forsaken.
Yeah, good point.
I've made this so clear. I am an asshole, but I've made this so clear. The Solstice of Heroes grind just doesn't interest me. Like, more power to you if you've gone and done it. More power to you if you keep playing Destiny. But I know
characters, and I can't call myself to do the third. Like, I'm just done with it as well.
It would cause me to burn out on Destiny so hard, and I don't want to.
Do you know what happened? I had so much motivation that I actually started it on a hunter because I hadn't run the hunter through the raid, so I was quite a bit under level. Like, oh great, this is going to be like an easy way to get to like not 410, but get me, you know, past 385. And then I realized I don't really want to do it on my Warlock now. So now my main character doesn't have the fucking set. And I've got on a hunter, which I like never use. I'm like,
I can't be. I really can't be bothered to do it. More power to you if you've gone and done 3 characters. If you've gone and done 3 characters on 3 platforms, please insane. Go and see a doctor. You need to go outside.
Get help. Take vitamin D supplements. That's not even a dick joke.
You need to go out to this. Yeah,
go outside.
You need to go out into the sun and get your vitamin D. Like, seriously, for fuck's sake. All right. So, and then Forsaken preparation, players will be prompted to accept the Destiny 2 update 2.0.0 on August 28th. There are sampling issue correction. There are a sampling of issues confirmed for the week leading up to Forsaken. Starting on August 28th, please read the TWAB in these to see these in full detail. More details will be discussed in next week's player support reward.
I can only hope that one of the issues is that all hunters will have Titan arms for the entire week.
Oh my god!
It's going to get rocky, I think.
Do you know what that just reminded me of? Like a really cool game mode, or maybe not really cool. Maybe it would be broken as fuck, but just unlimited exotics. So no limitations on how many exotics you can equip for PvP. Like, you know, in the same vein as having Scorch, just you can have everything exotic.
Oh my god! Just imagine
armor as well.
Weapon loadout.
Armor as well.
Oh.
That'd be cool.
Oh my god!
I would love to see that as a custom game. I'd love to see those options as custom games.
You like, especially in year 2, you will never be. You're basically forcing hate on people if you allow a Titan with insurmountable skull fort and the fucking syntheseps and fucking Dune Marches to run around and just shoulder charge the entire universe into fucking oblivion. I haven't even thought of like a horrible chess piece to pair it with, but I'm sure that there is one. An armamentarium, grenades forever.
Armamentarium, yeah. There you go. There you go.
Well, I mean, I think, gentlemen, I think that's probably a good point. But what have we got planned for this week, guys? What have you guys got planned for this week? Fuzzy, what are you doing this week, my friend?
I'm going to open chat up and get some questions while we close out on the
Whisper runs.
Whisper runs.
Doing double carries for Whisper runs. It's going to be fun.
Helping people get the box breathing, right? The catalyst, is that what you mean?
I still need
normal and heroic, doing some raids with some good friends, some speedrun raids, some challenges, stuff like that. That's what I've been into lately is doing like challenges within the raids. Like last weekend we did flawless on all 3 raids, and I soloed Whisper, normal, and heroic. I've been doing all kinds of shit.
Jesus.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
You know the really cool thing I like about having, I almost said Black Hammer, having Whisper of the Worm now, is it provides opportunity to solo stuff. Like I did the Spark Redux with little mini servitors, and I don't think I could have soloed that without Black Spindle, without Whisper of the Worm. Like if you landed your shots, you can just wipe everything, but without that kind of DPS, it would have actually been really tough. So I was like, fuck, I miss that feeling like something just not being completely impossible. Like, you know, sometimes you play something solo and you're like, it doesn't matter how good I am, I can't get through this. But now I feel like Whisper of the Worm really has opened doors for like, if I
think about this hard enough and if I go in with the right approach, I can get this done.
Do it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that about it.
Really cool.
Gun's my favorite new gun. It's so good.
What are you planning on doing, Matt? What you got anything on the agenda? I know that you've wrapped something up and you might have a little bit more free time now. I'm not sure. Going to come back and hang out with your friends again, or just going to go on with your life?
Well, Danny's renovating the kitchen. So next week's going to be horrible. There's going to be shit everywhere. The power's going to be off. There's going to be noise. It's going to be very hard to record anything. But I do have a video planned for Monday morning Australia time, Sunday night for the US, and talking about the old Cade 6 or Cade 7, more like a reboot theory. I have quite a different opinion about it. I think the lore community has been like pretty like rough with people who like don't have a lore background. They're like, what about Cade 7? It was like, fuck you! You don't know the lore! Like, shut up! You don't know anything! Look, I actually think there's like a legitimate way that you could explain Cade returning. So I'm going to go into that in a bit more depth next video, and that's about it.
Are you sure you want to do that? It sounds like you're just opening yourself up for... You know the people are going to carry on, right? Like you've got caught in controversy.
No, look, I think I would, you know, I've said this to you guys before as well, more privately, and what I actually think the lore community has gone backwards in a little bit, because I feel like when the lore was sort of taking off, it was very open to interpretation. We were much more open to interpretation, and as it's become more popular, the community has started to cement certain things as truth when it's not always the case. It's just because it's like a story. It's like a fable. It's like telling a story at the pub. It sort of gets passed down and down and down. And eventually, like it sort of gets cemented into the truth. And it's not always like that. And I think some things need to be and some things don't need to be. And it actually can be really tough. And this whole retcon thing as well. Like some things have been retconned and some things are like, no, the community. Bungie didn't say that. The community said that. And I think that line is very fine. And I would really like to work towards like, I hear you, but how about this as an explanation? And like, how about you think about it in this way and see what we
You're also touching on the human factor again, is what we like to call here in Australia the fuckwit factor, and that's not a stab at anyone in the lore community, but
Slothy.
is that when people have their beliefs and their thought processes challenged, they don't. And this is the same for us as well, but they don't respond well to it, especially when there's a lot of people saying that they're right and there's other people saying, well, hang on a sec, what about this? And they just go flying off the handle. And again, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that anyone in the lore community is in particular a fuckwit, but there are some there are some people in the law community who are fuckwits, and they will stand. They are cemented in their ways, and I mean, like they're part of the furniture. They're so cemented in the ways.
No, I don't think it was done intentionally. I just think it's something that happened as a result. What? Oh, I see.
Welcome back.
Good evening, Chris.
Came in at the right time.
I don't think it was something that was done intentionally. I think it's something that happens when you start getting a lot of people paying attention to what's written in the lore. I think that is a result of it. And we typically, the community was very small, and now I think it's very large, and now it has a lot of people talking about it and influence within it. And so I think with that comes disagreement. And then you have a couple of cases where things weren't, I guess, acknowledged in Destiny 2 as well as we would have liked it to be. And that caused, this sort of spiral into, well, now you're retconning everything. And I think sometimes that's overused. And so I'm hoping with this video, we'll see, guys. Maybe I'll fucking go out in a blaze of smoke. Like I'll bring my YouTube statistics, and we'll see all the fucking unsubs.
We'll just sit there with a big bit of popcorn, Matt, and just eat popcorn and watch your fucking stats plummet.
Watch my stubs go down, mate.
But this is the thing right there, is that when and this is the anonymity of the internet, and we're sort of off base with Destiny here, but the anonymity of the internet means that people will argue for the sake of arguing, and they wouldn't do it in person, but because they're hiding behind a monitor and a keyboard, they can say what they want and they can be as horrible as they want to be, because there are some freaking horror stories out there.
Yeah.
But like people will always argue. And all you can do is just go, well, that's your opinion. Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone has one, and most of them stink. But that's your opinion.
You know what? What Matt's saying is that it becomes like this echo chamber, really, of like when you get even an idea repeated enough, it becomes fact. And I think there's a lot of that's gone on. And what all Matt's trying to say is that he's trying to challenge perceptions a little bit. And what Sloth's trying to say is that people really don't like it when you challenge their perceptions. So I'm going to say, let's sit here and see what fucking happens.
And but this
exactly
is
like
this is the other thing, is that as people have become more in touch with the lore, right? And when in touch with the lore, like when I speak about like Grimoire cards, and whether people notice this or not, is very intentional. Like I will say, I believe, I interpret, I think this means, and like when you keep telling stories like that, what happens is people cut those words out. So I will say like,
correct.
Oh, I think this means, I think this means that the extra stranger is, from the Brave family.
Oh,
And then what happens is when that second-hand information gets passed along, then Sloth's like, "Oh, you fucking hear about the Exo Stranger?" And it's like, you know, so
you know what?
He
You know
says
what?
to Log, Sloth says to Log, "Did you hear the Exo Strangers from the Brace family?" And then I go and tell someone else, "Did you hear the Exo Stranger?" And then that person goes and tells someone else, "What?"
It's all at the end of the day. At the end of the day, a lot of information on the
whispers,
internet,
man.
a lot of information with the law community, is basically a huge game of Chinese whispers, which is the worst part.
I think that adds to it though, and I think there's a theory crafting element that I want people to explore, and I've always liked that about Matt's videos and Bife's videos and Beard's videos especially, is that, you know, taking that additional step and say this might be what's happening here, but I'm not really sure. It's when people own it and they state it as fact and get on forums and be nasty to each other in the name of defending their favourite YouTubers' opinions, it becomes silly. But Matt, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I've got a video coming out this week as well. And it's also about Cade. So we're competing this week.
Oh, shit.
But
send me a link, mate. Put in the description.
Oh, yeah. Friend of Mylan Games
Right,
at this video. But what...
a question.
No, hold on. Would you like to tease it, Log?
It's a song. Like, surprise, it's a song. So you've heard it. You've heard the
It's
song.
music. Holy shit.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that.
It's a song about Cade.
No, it's a song.
It's a song about Cade 6.
Absurdly appropriate.
He got
for
into
Cade.
the wrong space. He got into the wrong part of space. He got in with the wrong people, and now he's dead. Yay.
Bang
bang.
I worked with Keggy on it, so it's exciting to be sort of putting something out there that I worked on with a mate and all that sort of stuff. What the fuck is going on?
Thank you, Sloth.
I don't even know.
Appreciate it.
So there's a question here from Ads4. What stuff do you guys still want to do before Forsaken? In regards to me, I don't have any plans to play Destiny before Forsaken. If we get that, I do believe that the PvP patch with the one-hit shoulder charge will be dropping on the 2.0, the 2.0.0 patch.
28.
So I might play some PvP for that. But in regards to getting anything in particular done, I don't really have anything I don't really have anything in particular, honestly. I'm not gonna go and grind weapon parts for the perfect for the Batman or anything like that. I'm just gonna play the game when Forsaken comes out, honestly. What about you, Fuzz? What about you, mate?
Are you going, Fuzzy?
I got a big list. Honestly, I want to finish 2-man Callus. I want a 2-man Argos or 3-man Argos. I want to get a 50 kill game in quick play, and I want to help friends out and get a bunch of tokens. I got a big list. I got things to do.
Hey, Fuzzy, we've just recently had a position available on the podcast. Would you like to replace Sloth? Look, my to-do list.
My people will talk to your people.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I would really like to get my Titan a little bit closer, and I'm sort of like really bugged I don't have all the exotics. Like I actually would really like to go into Forsaken having every exotic, including all the different classes. I think that's something that I would like. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm pretty close on my hunter now, so it's just really the Titan that's sort of let me down. Classic Titan, but apart from that, I think Solstice gear on one character and then exotics on all the exotics, hopefully, and that'll be me done, I reckon, before Forsaken.
Fair. What about you, Log?
I am going to focus on being the best husband and parent I can be for the next few weeks, because I'm going to be a pretty shit one after that.
You just stack all those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Get as many get in the good books as best you can, because when Forsaken comes out, you are fucking out of there.
Yeah.
If that was a Destiny token, if you were collecting tokens in real life, what would they be called? like Crucible tokens. What would be the fucking real life
the real life
brownie
version
tokens?
of brownie points, man. That's what before I do the
Brownie
podcast. Honestly, I'm waiting for Rach to pop up in the chat because I saw her fucking in there earlier. She must have gone. But do all the good jobs around the house, get some things done, so that when it comes time for Forsaken, I can be a completely negligent mongrel for a month, and my kids will have nice memories to remember Dad by before he locked himself in the study.
Take this picture. Remember what he looked like. Take this picture.
Have you ever seen that piss take?
My dad went to the store for cigarettes, except you just closed the door of the office, locked it.
Yeah. It doesn't have a lot.
A question here from Danny. Question here from Danny Blazer. Thank you. I don't know if you guys have already talked about it, but what are your thoughts on the annual pass? Now, if you are going to play the game, if you are going to play Destiny, and you know that you are going to play Destiny like the four of us, whether we play it for a few months and then go back to other games for a little bit, or you just continually play it, I believe the annual pass is good. It's as simple as that. Like, if you're going to play the game and you want to purchase that content now, do it.
Yeah, I don't think the question is the quality of the past. I don't think the question is the quality of the past. I think it's how much time you're gonna sink into it. It's still the cheapest form of entertainment you can get.
Yeah, it's only, if you narrow it down, it's only $10 an expansion. That's cheaper than it was when D1 first came out for the pass, because you got 2 expansions for $40. That was $20 a piece. So you're getting 3 expansions, $10 a piece is $30. If you buy it by itself, I'd thumbs up.
Look, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the perception of the value for money, and I think it's less about the expansion pass. In my mind, I the way they're talking about how we're not going to have these massive cutscenes now. We're not going to have these these massive campaigns throughout. We're going to give what the players want more of. Doesn't mean we're cutting the lore out, because that's all going to be hidden there in the background. But we're going to make sure we direct resources to what you guys want to see, and what people are having issues with not having cool armor sets and seeing reskins and all this kind of stuff. And so I think if people see a whole bunch of value there, it's not going to be an issue. And I think Destiny's in a genre, and I don't really think they had found their legs with their payment model, really, because it's in a sort of strange category, Destiny as a whole. So I'm hoping that this will be successful. And I think it wasn't just the payment model, but it was also how they direct resources for that, right? And obviously decide that fucking too much money is going into making these cutscenes that you might see once, and the rest of the time, you're in a loot and shoot, and there's not much loot. We need to put more resources into that.
Yeah, don't worry about that, guys. That's Chris. That's Chris. He comes here and does this often.
You can buy Forsaken, and you don't have to buy the annual pass right away. You can wait until a day before the first expansion comes out. You don't have to buy it right away.
No, so exactly.
Buy Forsaken if you want to, play it. If you're sold, buy it when you want.
So I mean, I would highly recommend it with all of the changes that are coming with Forsaken. This is coming from a Destiny tragic, like the four of us are. Is that if you really want to play Destiny, I would highly recommend buying Forsaken. If you want to see what comes with the annual pass, if you want to see what your favorite YouTuber, Twitch streamer, content creator on Twitter, Mixer, streamer, whatever, if you want to wait until they get it and you want to watch that content and go, hey, that looks like fun, fuck, I'll play that, then the option is there.
I think that these kinds of arguments...
If you want to play it and you want to buy it. At the end of the day, you are the master of your own wallet. No one is forcing you to buy the annual pass. No one is forcing you to buy Forsaken. If you want to get it, get it. If you're going to play Destiny, get it. So, it is what it is.
I've got it.
Just a little bit. Sorry,
I said I've got it. You can judge me.
I've got it.
Well, I mean, I'm a weirdo. No, I even bought some fucking book about Destiny. So whatever. Pre-ordered it.
Yeah, I got some fucking book
Yeah,
about
well,
Destiny too.
it's
Yeah,
Weird
some,
though. Has like weird
some
writing.
weird,
Writing it.
Yeah.
Talk
yeah,
about-
some weird
Yeah.
bearded ponytail having
Yeah.
tight short wearing
I might.
fucking fuck knuckle.
Oh,
How long's your ponytail now, Matt?
It's about. I'm with my hair out. It's about shoulder's length.
There you go. You wild man.
Get a haircut. Fuck's sake.
So
Get a haircut.
Look at Fuzzy and I. We rock the shiny head.
Yeah.
I reckon you'd rock the shiny head.
Why would Matt do that when he's got a
I
full
could
head
make
of
a
hair?
fucking wig for you. I
Beard,
could make
too.
a wig for you, mate.
I don't want a wig. Fuck
I could
yourself.
make a wig
All
for
right,
Sloth, but it wouldn't be from
Dankerson
hair on my head. Go. Sorry.
Damn.
What do you guys think of the new exotic weapons? Dankerson, thank you for the question. The new exotic weapons. So the only ones that I've seen is the multi-barrel. What do you think? What was it? No, it's an auto rifle looking thing, or am I thinking of something different?
Yeah. There's one with 4 barrels.
Okay, see,
I can't think of the name of it.
I haven't.
Was it Cerberus or something, or was I thinking?
Three-headed dog. Is a three-headed dog,
Yeah,
Cerberus,
Cerberus,
something or other. But it's the new exotics. As long as the new exotics are intrinsically overpowered, as long as they are overpowered. No, seriously, I'm not even joking when I say this. As long as they're overpowered, because the exotics need to feel exotic. You need to have a want to use it. It's not just because they're there. It's like, oh fuck it, I'll just throw on the line ramp. It's because they need to be broken. You need to go, oh shit, that would be awesome for my build. Let's do it. If I'm going to be a healing warlock, if I'm going to jam my sword into the dirt, giggity, then you can do that, and you can have like exotics that buff that, or you buff your playstyle, or blah 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 blah. So as long as it's broken, I'm okay with it.
I mean, I feel like we're on track for stuff being broken. I feel like that was almost a motto with creating the new subclasses.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like.
Pretty sure it was in the video.
Enough? Like, if it's not, go back to your fucking workstation and make it broken. Okay.
So I'm going to directly address chat here, Dr. Suplex. So when I say a build, I mean like the mod system. So you have a particular weapon that you want. So you have a base weapon, and then you go, I'm going to put these mods into it. This is the way that I'm going to play PvP or PvE. And your armor is the same way, except for exotics. So this is the way that I'm going to play PvP. So it's not a traditional MMO RPG build, i.e., like your World of Warcraft or your Black Desert Online or your ESO or whatever. But it is still technically a build per se. So if you want to have an exotic that buffs, like if you want to have your base stats as like 5 resilience, 5 mobility, 5 recovery, blah blah blah, whatever, and then you have a build that goes, and then I have 10 of everything, or like a 10-9-8 build or something like that. Then you can do that. Is what I'm saying. Is it seems to have more of an emphasis on customization and actually having some some ownership. And we spoke about this the other week, but having some ownership of your weapons, your armor, and all that sort of thing. That's just my take on it. So, and a question here from Danny Blazer: when is Nessus finally going to disappear? I don't think it is.
Never.
I don't think Nessus is going to be eaten.
I mean, look, I'm less concerned about Nessus. Leviathan's not going to go. That's always going to be in the background, right? The big Leviathan, because raid's always going to be available.
It's a very slow machine.
Something about
it's been eating that planet for fucking like 9 months.
I think it was an interview with Game Informer, and they asked about Cade 6, right? And they asked whether things are going to be retroactively changed. You know, like if Cade 6 narrates a strike mission, right? Does he, now that he no longer exists in the universe, does he still narrate that strike mission?
I think so.
Or does he
Yes.
still have? But I actually think the interview in Gameful, they said that they have removed some and they have changed some dialogue options based on that. But the overarching thing was like, you know, it occurs in a bubble and that happened during that time, right? So
Yeah.
although that we play it now, like, you know, it happened when he was alive and that was during that timeline essentially, or during that, you know, moment.
You're just reliving that
you-
moment as in that strike by doing it over and over again. You're
Yeah.
reliving
So,
the same
I
moment,
mean,
so he's not going to disappear.
Yeah.
Does that sort of tie in with your little video that you're doing in regards to the possible rebirth of Cade?
No.
In regards to maybe it's Cade 7, he's a new body. He's still doing.
They're not going to do that anymore.
No, but it's still rebuilt. Like he's rebuilding. Like they've rebuilt Cade. They've got his base memories in there, and he's still narrating, but it is different.
I see where you're going, but no, I haven't spoken about that. But to sort of give a very brief overview, right? This is like, you know, everyone knows now that the number after an Exo's name is basically how many times their memory has been wiped. So as soon as someone says like Cade 7, it's like, no, it's not. It's not Cade 7. That's, you know, how many times their memory's been wiped. But I guess my argument for this is that's what Clovis Bray has told us. Clovis Bray is a fucking scumbag. And if you actually read some of the shit that they did, like they coerced people into experiments. They were like the medical technological like pinnacle of the golden age that just abused their power. And there's cards that were like, the shit they did it off Earth to escape legalities. Like, you know what? Someone was like, this would never happen on Earth because, you know, and it has this really cool thing. Like, what would happen if we got all this amazing technology? And yeah, there would be like corporate overlords that would do this fucking shit on Mars and Venus and like other planets where they couldn't be seen.
Well,
And
it
they would
sounds
do
like
dodgy shit.
It's a really
right?
good opportunity to
So-
use word of the day again, Matt, because they're just
They'll
being
be fuckwits.
Yeah.
They'll be absolute fuckwits, right?
Yeah.
And so, and this comes back to my point previously, right? The whole lore community goes, well, there's this one card now, this is one in-game thing, and that's what they tell us about Exo's reboot. But you have to remember that's in the context of like the public-facing part of Clovis Bray. That's what they want consumers to know. Like the medical, you know, like the pharmaceutical places don't tell you all the bad shit, right? Like
Yeah, no,
tell
they
you
don't like-
all the experiments gone wrong. Like, yeah, we wipe.
Isn't there a
memory.
thing about the
Yeah,
whole
hell.
like him finding the fucking note from Ace is an attempt at like basically suggested humanism for him? Like it could not even be real. Like
Well, that's what I proposed, right? So if you look at like how that they try to prevent DRE, which is basically like the when you wake up in an exo body and you freak out because you're in an exo now and your mind can't cope with it, and they gave
It's the
exos
DRE? Like the doctor?
Say again? No,
Is
no,
it the
no, I
DRE
can't-
like the doctor?
no, not the motherfucking DREs. Calm down.
It's a motherfucking DRE. I am the whitest man in the world.
Get.
oh,
So look, you fucking thrown me sloppy, stupid comment. No, yeah. So look, I was saying about Ace, right? So they gave, you know, exos, you know, maybe a sex drive, feeling hunger, humanisms to make them feel human, so they weren't freaking out.
Matt,
And,
you saying
know,
sex
I-
drive first was wrong.
I know. I was like, oh. But what if the note was planted? Because Cade found the note from Ace on his body. He has no recollection of his family. What if that was planted by Clovis Bray as a way of connecting robots to a previous life? Because then that gives them motivation to keep doing all the shit that they do.
Evil
Yeah.
fuckwits.
Wow.
There you go. It's
Apogee,
really heavy.
as who was that? As Danker's son put it in the chat, Clover Spray may or may not be the aperture science of the Destiny universe. But, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is a pretty good place for us to stop there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in a live chat, thank you very much for joining us on this Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, if you're in the US, or Friday evening, Saturday morning, there or thereabouts, and Saturday morning in the European region. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting us here on the live channel. And guys, if you feel a need, or if you'd like to watch it again, make sure you check out the YouTube. Exclamation point, I'm fine. YouTube.com/Destiny Down Under. If you would like to let us know on any questions, queries, doubtful points that we may have missed, or you would like to let us know, please let us know in the comments below. I just said let us know 5 times. It's fine. In the comments below. And make sure to hit that subscribe and the bell button for when we upload. We upload once a week on Saturday evening Australian time. And a very, very special thank you to our guest, Fuzzy. Make sure you go and check him out. Twitch.tv/BAU_Fuzzy_Wuzzy. Please go check him out. He's a really, really, really awesome Destiny streamer. He's just an incredibly awesome gent. Raised $1,000 for St. Jude, hence why his beard is pink, and he's a good people.
Yeah, and Matt was still just horrible too about it. God.
Yeah. He's really horrible. But
can I turn my camera upside down right quickly? Like,
Yeah, but where would we put the pencil then, Fuzzy?
Let me stand up right quickly.
I hope you got someone to host lined up. So we need to stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the live chat, let's go and say a g'day to our very good friend, or my very good friend, Mr. Strugglebus TV. He's over there playing Destiny, doing the things and the stuff in the place. Guys, we have been the DDU podcast. He has been Bau Fuzzy Wuzzy. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll catch you later. Prepare to raid.
I'm not turning it off until Matt does something awkward.
Oh, look, I started to panic because I'm like, what am I going to fucking say this time? What did I say last time?
No, just say XO sex drive again, and then I can turn it off.
There you go.
Oh. Just think about this, right? Exos want to have babies, but they can't. There you go.
Piston true dick. Let's go. Goodbye.
Wow.